Hi everybody, I'm here for In My Mailbox this week, and I have a bunch of great books to show you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get started. I'm doing a blog tour for Dear Teen Me, which is an anthology edited by A. Kristen Anderson and Miranda Keenely. And really, you're going across the bed again. This is actually my second take, so at least you didn't knock it over. My cat went around that way in the first take, and then my batteries ran out eventually, so I had to redo this. And then I just started again, and he decided to go back that way. Come on. Anyway, so Dear Teen Me is an anthology where authors write letters to their teen selves, and this is an advance copy, and they also included a little bookmark with their 3 launch titles for this fall. And the advance copy is really nice because it's all colors and everything, and put together nice page work and stuff. So I'm really, really excited. I'm so excited to be a part of this blog tour. It's happening, I think, October 16th to November 15th. I don't know what my date is going to be. I hope they tell me soon because I don't want to be, because I kind of forgot what dates I had put in as like my first 3 picks or something like that. And so I've forgotten. So like now, if somebody comes and asks me, hey, do you want to be a part of the blog tour for something that's happening during this time? Can you, like, what dates do you want? Like, like, oh, when like, I'm not gonna know. I don't want them to end up conflicting with each other. So they better get on it soon. So otherwise we're gonna have a problem. So there's that. I got 2 packages from Harper, and first one was a middle grade Halloween themed package, and they're doing it. They have a picture book themed package, middle grade, picture book themed, Halloween themed packages for picture books, middle grade, and young adult. I don't know if I'm going to get the young adult one, but I looked at the titles because they included a list of like all the titles. The young adult one is books I already have, so they're all going to go to the library. Still not sure what I'm going to do with these, either library or see if I can give them to my roommate's niece, if she, likes scary things, but we'll see. Always October by Bruce Coville. Scary School Monsters on the March by Derek the Ghost, and illustrated by Scott M. Fisher. Gravediggers Mountain of Bones by Christopher Croverton. I don't know. Hoping I'm getting these in shot. The Whispering House by Rebecca Wade. Invisible Inklings, Dangerous Pumpkins by Emily Jenkins, and illustrated by Harry Bliss. And Emily Jenkins is actually a pseudonym for E. Lockhart, who has written the Ruby Oliver series and other great young adult books. And the 10th anniversary edition of Coraline by Neil Gaiman, which I've really loved. I really enjoy this book, so yeah, so it's very nice. And so there's those. And then I got another package from Harper, this one containing young adult books, and it was a bunch of January 2013 titles. So I'm going to go ahead. Ravage by Jeff Sampson, and this is the 3rd book in the Vespers, or the Deviants trilogy, sorry. The first book was called Vesper, and the second book was called Havoc, and this is Ravage. And I have the second book and now the 3rd book. The first book they never sent to me because I wasn't on their list at that time. Or maybe I gave it away, I can't remember, but I don't think so. I don't think I ever got it. But my library does have it, so I could easily go and get it. And it sounds really interesting, so I really, really, really want to try and fit this in at some point. The Madman's Daughter by Megan Shepherd, and this has gotten a ton of buzz, and film rights have already been optioned. Apparently, it's the first book in a trilogy, and the trilogy was acquired in a heated auction. And foreign rights have already been sold in several countries. So, boom. And this is inspired by the Islands of Dr. Moreau. So it sounds really, really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. Nobody But Us by Kristen Hallbrook, and this is a debut novel, and it's being likened to books by like Sarah Zarr, and it was blurbed by Courtney Summers, who I absolutely adore. and it just sounds really, really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to reading this. And plus, contemporary, so good. Like the only one in this entire thing. Shadows in the Silence by Courtney Allison Moulton, and this is the third final book in the trilogy, the Angel Fire trilogy. And I read the first book, really, really enjoyed it. Tried to read the second book, couldn't really get into it, but I will admit that wasn't around the time that I started to take some hiatuses and stuff like that. So I may have just been burnt out on reading um, at the time. And so I'm hoping they can get back into the series. And I'm really glad that I have the third book now, so that I can just go straight from second book to third book. You know, because I'm very, very positive that there's probably going to be some sort of uh, cliffhanger at the second book, at the end of the second book. So there's this. And the book I was really, really, really excited for, Asunder by Jodi Meadows. Jodi is a Virginia author, and so she lives like 2 hours away from me, and I loved Incarnate, and I'm really, really, really excited to read this book. I may have to try and fit it in soon instead of waiting until about like January to read it. And such a pretty cover. You know, I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to see what the third cover is going to look like. So very excited. These are all 2013 books, fantastic. William Morrow sent me a final copy of a book, Jennifer Johnson is Sick of Being Married, and this is the sequel to Jennifer Johnson is Sick of Being Single. And it sounds really funny and interesting. So I may try and just read this, even though I haven't read the first book. Hopefully there's enough backstory to get me into it, but we'll see. I don't even, did I say that? I don't think I said the author's name. Heather McAllahan. Maybe that's why I decided not to say it, was because I have problems with her last name. But there it is. So it sounds really interesting. Very funny. I also got off from the library Taken by Storm by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the third book in the Raised by Wolves trilogy. The reason I had to get it from the library is because Egmont refused to send me a copy of the book. Even though I talked to them at BEA, I've sent them emails for a review copy. Talked to them at BEA, because I thought, like, oh, I can just go to BEA and I'll be able to get like a hardcover copy, because they'll be, I'm assuming, promoting it and stuff like that. No. They decided, if you read my recap, I talked about it a little bit, they decided not to bring anything other than their display copies for the books that were coming out that month. So, but they took my business card and wrote down that I wanted Taken by Storm and Dark Waters by Trisha Rayburn. Said they would send it to me. It's been 3 months and nothing. So, I decided to take Taken by Storm out from the library. So, but I can't wait to read it. And, yeah. Because I love this series so much. Vessel by Sarah Beth Durst. And this book, I think it may already be out. I can't remember if it's supposed to come out on the 11th or the 18th. Can't remember. But I love Sarah's books. I'm getting very, very behind now because she's released, I think, like 2 or 3 books, and I haven't yet read them, this one included. So, yeah, but this one sounds really, really interesting. It's blurred by Tamora Pierce, who I love. So I'm really, really excited to read it. And I love this cover, too. Very, very nice. And I should be interviewing Sarah sometime soon if I can get around to actually coming up with questions and sending them to her. And then I got a package from Penguin, featuring some rather odd books, yeah, so we'll just go ahead and show them to you. Almost Home by Joan Bauer, and it's about a girl who is currently living in a shelter with her mom and rescue dog, and something happens to the mom, not like death, just like she is deemed not fit to care for her daughter, so the daughter gets sent to a foster home with her rescue dog, and she tries to do her best to get back to her mom by doing whatever, getting a job and trying to do stuff. So so it sounds interesting. I may try and read it. I don't know. We'll see. Buddy by M.H. Furlong, and this is about a family who lives in New Orleans. Hurricane Katrina happens. They are forced to leave their dog behind while they evacuate, and when they come back, the dog is gone, and so they set out to try and find him. When they do find him, um, a difficult decision has to be made, apparently. So, I don't know what that decision is. My roommate kept asking me, and I was like, I don't know, I haven't read it, and it's not in the summary, obviously. Um, so yeah, so there's that. And I thought it was like a dog-themed package, but then but apparently not, because then there was this picture book called Bully by Patricia Polacco, and this is obviously about bullying and um, how it's bad, and yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up doing this just because I'm probably gonna end up doing like most of those. So yeah, because I don't really, I very 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 much appreciate the fact that this is being made because it's it's been definitely very important to um, bring up the issue of bullying and how it affects people, and that it really shouldn't be happening. Um, and yeah, so very very happy that this book is coming out, and very very happy that bullying is getting um, becoming more of a news item, and people are realizing the kind of effect that they have on other people, um, uh, and what they say about each other. So I'm gonna stop talking because I'm kind of just rambling on now, and that's all the books that I got this week. And I can't wait to see what is in everybody else's mailboxes. I hope you all had a wonderful week, and I'm gonna steal a line from Christy, her closing off line. Happy reading, and I'll see you next week. Bye.